All right. I'm actually going to defer the intro to one of you guys.
Okay, Ryan.
You can't do that.
Because
that's like dude. You just made a song. How are you?
I
not
did.
You know what?
Wait. Should
Play the song.
Should I play the song?
Just play the song,
play
and then
the
we're
song.
gonna get into it.
Come and knock on our door. We've
Come and knock
waited
on my
for
door.
you.
All right.
Play the song. I'm
All right,
not doing
guys.
an intro.
All
That's
No
it.
intros. We're just gonna get into it.
All right. So everyone, welcome to New Outworld Order. I was absolutely plastered earlier today, and I decided, because we were having internal discussions about a possible intro, shooting it retro-style TV show intro, and in not even 5 seconds, because I'm plastered, my brain goes, let's write a jingle, Aqua!
Oh my god.
And in 5 seconds, this shit just happens to come out.
I gotta turn on the stream for this.
All right? It just happens to come outside of me. And I can't actually answer why or how. It just happened. And I'm going to expand on it and see if it clicks. So, this was my 80s style
Oh my god.
80s style intro that I recorded for a song of the New Outworld Order.
I can't wait to hear this.
Wait.
Oh boy.
I gotta pause it.
Oh god.
I'm going to crank it. All right. I have no idea how loud this is going to be. Welcome to the New Outworld. There it is. Welcome to the New
I don't want to talk
Outworld
over
Order. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the New Outworld
my
Order.
God.
This episode's gonna blow. Welcome to the New Outworld Order. Welcome to the show.
my
This is
goodness.
automatically longer
Welcome
than
to
any
the New
intro we've
Outworld
had.
Order. This episode's gonna blow.
All right, let's get into this. All right.
We need
You-
something more like
Welcome to
Saved by the
New
Bell.
Outworld Wait, it's on loop. Welcome to
Dun,
the
dun,
show.
dun, 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 dun.
Wait,
New Outworld Order.
to the New Outworld
Play it
And I'm
for
feeling
Order.
alright.
This episode's gonna blow.
Do not change that. We full on esports now. That's crazy.
You got Shao Kahn in this corner, and Melina's fucking dead. Dun, 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 and we feel alright.
Shit.
Hey, we feel alright. Welcome to the New Outworld Order.
I'm sending you directly to AA, Mr. Aquaman.
I'm sipping on this Red Bull.
Yeah, Amanda's actually the only sober one here. That's
What?
my next suggestion.
Sponsored.
Wait, let's be. I got the whole fridge. We're good.
Yeah, that's true.
Ready for it? Ready for it? What's up?
Yeah, it must be nice. I don't have
Sup?
any of those. Let me,
Welcome
what's up?
everyone. This is episode number 4 of the New Outworld Order, and we are working on an anime style intro. Apparently, that is. Look at that wild fucking tree trunk, fucking ent in the background of.
Whoa. What are you talking about?
We've decided you are not orcs.
Oh, God.
that took you 2 weeks. Anyways,
Oh,
someone else start the show up. I can't do it. I can't do it.
All right, so
forbidden.
I think we're
Forbidden.
just gonna get into it, right? Like, there's like so much stuff that's happened already. This dude is literally, I'm literally, from now on, no one's allowed to let Aquaman drink before 7 o'clock at night. This can't happen anymore.
It's somebody in the audience. We gotta hold them to it.
Yeah.
They
we
encourage
all have to
it.
collectively be his role models.
Wait a
here
minute.
until not
They
do it.
encourage it.
No, that's why you
I
can't listen to
don't
Twitch
know
chat.
about that.
All right.
I encourage it.
All right. So I would say the biggest thing that has happened since the last episode of this top tier.
Oh, why am I so?
Wow. Why are you zooming in on yourself?
I'm not.
And I'm drunk. Wait.
Hey, why is your webcam?
Why
so
is she
zoomed?
dead? We can't.
Don't look.
Don't look at me. How can we not? You're so zoomed in.
I fixed it. I fixed it.
Okay. This has been a disaster so far.
It's just gonna be an hour laughing.
Okay. Okay. Start. Let's
All right.
go.
Wait a minute. We're gonna get through this.
All right, we're good. We're good.
All right. So I would say the biggest thing that's happened since the last episode has been that fucking story trailer that they dropped.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers NetherRealm Studios dropping the epic fucking story trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. I'm actually tempted to just play it on fucking stream and then talk about it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you could do whatever. We know that everyone has seen it by now, right? Like, there's no way anyone's been like, "Oh, I haven't seen the trailer yet. Let me see it."
All right,
that
I want to do it. Then. Everybody's seen it, so if you haven't seen it, Google Mortal Kombat 11 story trailer. It did
so good.
It did a lot of things for us. First off, it came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Secondly, it showed a lot of effing characters.
Like a lot.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
Shut off a little
No
bit.
smoke though.
Shut off a little bit
Weird.
of what the story was about. Crazy how Smoke is just not even a.
That's insane. He's with Ermac and Nightwolf.
I mean,
in the Shadow Realm.
In the Shadow
Hey,
Realm.
man, chill.
That's fun, buddy.
I want to get into it right away. My first reaction was incredibly overwhelmed with how many characters we saw, how great the story mode looked. It looked like a fucking AAA title.
Yeah.
Even story mode. Like, it looked like a AAA single-player experience. What
Right.
the fuck? NetherRealm. That's a good one.
Like, I don't know how they keep outdoing themselves with story modes. Like, it's sick. As somebody that doesn't really play single-player games too much, like, I actually want to play the single-player for this game because MK story is pretty sick. And, like, this trailer, when we're seeing mad characters, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I want to see what's going to happen.
Right.
So,
I don't know. I saw a lot of characters there that I really want to see, like, in action, like on the Combat Cast or whatever. Even if we just have, like, like the reveal trailers, it shows like some moves and then the fatal blow and then the fatality and then that's it. I just want to see something because we saw Frost in there. We saw some
Maybe. Wait a minute.
which we don't recognize.
That's a lot of speculating, Big D, as to who that was.
Dude, you zoom in, it's her face. That's definitely
How do you know what she looks like?
I look at Deception or Deadly Alliance.
Look at Deadly Alliance. It's 8 pixels. You're gonna get 8 pixels off of this 4K high definition
in a dream.
Listen,
with a.
I am a firm believer that is Frost. I'm not. I don't.
Why?
I don't,
okay, if
then he saw her face. Now he is a believer.
Tell me I'm wrong. Who else could it be?
If it is Frost, if it is the supposed character that came out of, again, the Shadow Realm, Yugi centered there aeons ago, what is she doing with...
I mean, I don't know. Dude, we've talked about this 1,000,001 times, right? This whole thing with Monica and, like, the whole situation where, like, they're messing with timelines or whatever is a fail-safe. They could bring any character back that they want to.
They did, but it's crazy how it seems like
Smoke.
Because Geras is obviously kind of one of Chronica's goons that's thousands and thousands of millennia old, and she just decides on Frost, and I want to know if it is Frost, why, and what's the story behind that. And that was just kind of one of the billion questions that I had about the story trailer. She's sitting there, she's got 18 sand portals opened up, and she summons Shao Kahn from his fucking prime, coming in here like, it's hammer time, and it's so cool how, and I'm gonna get pretty intricate here. Looking at characters that came out of that portal are a really big factor in how they might be in the game, like a character like Aaron Black, who was with Shao Kahn when Kronika summoned him, right? And people broke down when they showed him doing the sick-ass fatality, or sorry, the I'm too drunk. Fatal blow, where he throws the coins up, shoots them through your eyes, or actually ricochets the bullets in your eyes. And those coins had Shao Kahn's face on it. So that tells me that the Aaron Black, if in this game, is not the Aaron Black from MKX. It's the Aaron Black from when he served Shao Kahn. And so that's pretty cool.
He looks a lot younger.
Yeah, also looks a lot younger, and he actually has a face.
But that's the cool thing where they could do whatever they want by introducing Chronica. Like they could bring in completely different versions of older characters, returning characters, new characters that leaves it open for the future of how they might be, like in the next Mortal Kombat or whatever. Like this was a good idea for them to bring in this kind of like, I guess plot is the way to put that. I don't know, but I mean, we're not going to sit here and pretend like there weren't like we're not going to talk about the leaks, but like there's certain things there that also brings into speculation.
Yeah.
So who were, I mean, from what all the characters that we saw, who kind of got us the most excited, and all that fun stuff from that trailer, guys. I don't want to know because that's one thing we haven't talked about even personally.
Cassandra Cage.
Well,
Cassandra.
There was a lot more Cassandra after the trailer dropped, though.
I know, but
which we'll get into next. But yes, young Cassandra Cage. I'll tell you guys what. How? I may not bring it up. Cassandra Cage in this game looks exactly like. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Dexter.
Oh yeah.
If you guys know who Dexter's wife was, Rita? She looks just like Rita. It's almost a spitting image.
Yeah, she kind of does actually.
See, I don't get the reference because I've never seen the show.
If you look up Rita from Dexter, you would like.
Yeah, it's like.
I'll check it out.
All right, hold up. I actually got you guys. All right, so this is.
I see it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll wait for you to pull it up on stream so I can see it.
Yeah, I'm looking on my phone.
Wait, wrong button. Desktop. Nope. It's gonna be pictures. Nope. There we go. Rita. All right. So this is Rita from Dexter.
Let me wait for the stream to catch up. I don't see it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't see the resemblance.
All right, hold on. I'm actually gonna get a picture of her from MK11, if it exists on Google.
Rita from MK11.
I don't, because I'm picturing what Cassie looked like in the reveal for MK11. I don't see it.
I got it.
Let me see it.
Sorry.
Tasty.
Excuse me.
That sounds like is that a Molina impression?
It wasn't gonna be at first, and then I ended it like one. Yes.
All right, there we go.
Let me wait for the stream to catch up.
Dexter from Dexter's Lab. You thought it was Dee Dee.
Dee
Dee, long ass legs.
Yeah, no, I'm not with you on this one.
No?
No.
That is like all I saw when I saw her.
Yeah. I'm literally looking at the two of these. I don't see it at all. Like there's nothing there that makes me think, okay, they're similar.
All right. Well, if you watch her face animate, that's where I saw it.
Cloud Scorpion has a point. They're both blonde, white, female.
I mean,
clearly it's the same person.
I mean, facts in the chat. I'm not even gonna sit here.
This is what beer goggles are like. He sees Cassie, and as he drinks more, he sees Rita from Dexter.
Oh my God.
That would only make sense if I was drunk when I watched. Well,
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not doing too well here, bud.
So, me personally, I saw my man, Kotal fucking Kahn.
Kotal looked good, dude.
He looked good.
He looks really cool, man.
He had a really cool design. He put on some gains. His arms were fucking massive.
Mm-hmm.
This man was ready. I mean, obviously hit the gym after Kung Jin mollywopped him, but obviously he's like, damn Earthrealmer, and put on some weight. Looking incredible. A lot of questions, even right then. In the 4 seconds that they showed Kotal Kahn, a lot of questions were raised. Why the hell is Jade with him? Why is Jade not even a Revenant? And there's a lot of questions there that are simply going to be answered in the story mode of MK11 that we don't know. But I love Kotal's design in this. Just right out of the gate, his base costume. Yeah. They really cleaned up his helmet. It's really sleek, and it's less tribal, and it's like more modern. It's kind of crazy how they cleaned up the more tribal look, but still had that aesthetic. Looks more metallic, I think.
And now you got to think what they're going to be able to do with his gear.
Oh yeah.
You know, Kotal's one of the few characters that I can imagine they'll really do a good job with the gear on.
even though he isn't confirmed in game technically from NetherRealm or Warner Brothers, he was voiced by Phil Lamar, and you don't hire Phil Lamar if it's not full time, right?
Yeah.
Even then, he's probably such a big part of the story, just branching off from how MKX was, and they said it takes off. The story for MK11 takes off right after MKX.
Goes right into
and
it.
And Kotal's in the story trailer, like he's definitely in. Like, it's just one of those things where like you don't have to be like, oh, I'm not sure if he's still gonna be playable or not. You know, he's definitely.
That was the giveaway for me was hearing Phil Lamar's voice. I'm like, yes, we're in there full time, baby. And I mean, the amount of detail they put into the man looks fantastic. So that got me really excited. You know, we got our first glimpse of the Collector that we still know nothing about.
If that's even his name. We're still not
that's
really.
Right. That's right. We pieced together a lot of speculation on that.
Yeah.
But I have so many questions when I saw him. I'm sure you guys did too, as to what the hell he is or what the hell that was. I'm, you know, seeing the forearms, I immediately Mortal Kombat lore. I go to Shao Kahn. But he
doesn't look like one though.
But he doesn't look like one. He's tiny. But he has facial features that you could match up to other Shao Kahn. He's got the forearms. Being possibly this collector guy might collect different species or something like that, or may have been like an original. We don't know. I don't fucking know anything. I don't know if you guys know something that I don't.
He could just be like a construct of something, taking pieces of like, you know, like certain people that he's killed or whatever. I always said one of the archetypes. One character archetype that hasn't been shown in a Mortal Kombat game yet is like this kind of like, I know it's gonna sound weird, but like a serial killer has no allegiance to anybody, is just batshit crazy, just goes off and does his own thing.
No allegiances.
I don't think that's gonna be the same thing here, but there might be some sort of weird shit going on there.
Remember Jason Voorhees?
Okay, I'm talking about like actually the story.
Whoa, easy. Freddy was lore. Calm down. The dream realm, bro. Calm down.
Leatherface?
Leatherface was batshit crazy though. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually. But that's what I'm talking about. So like, if explaining the arms, if he killed the Shao Kahn and took the extra 2 arms, or like splice DNA to give himself the ability to move 2 extra arms, I don't know.
And like, he came in with Shao Kahn in that sequence, so he's like from Shao Kahn's time and could be under Shao Kahn's, you know, time period of when Shao Kahn ruled Outworld and was invading.
Dude, Shao Kahn came in rolling deep in that trailer. He came in with all of his goddamn boys.
All of his goons, and this man's armor is gorgeous.
Yeah. Dude, it looks so good.
Gorgeous.
It looks so good.
Voice was there. The look was there. Shao Kahn is back. I'm super excited for that. And
I'm excited for him.
What the hell is going to go down between him and Kotal if he's after Outworld, or is he just simply serving Kronika, and whatever the hell Kronika has up her sleeve is he's going to do the bidding of? I'm really excited for that. Do you guys remember who else came out with Shao Kahn there? I remember Aaron Black.
I don't remember.
I actually have it open.
That was what Baraka.
Wasn't it Katana and Liu Kang?
Well, they're like opposite of him, I think, but like I'm looking at the exact
because there were multiple portals that were like open, like time portals.
It's Shao Kahn, Collector, Baraka, Scarlet, Aaron, and Devora.
Ooh,
Devora, I forgot about her.
You know, Devora looks mad sick.
Oh, dude, with the hood.
Goodness.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, looks so good.
Funny how you just add a hood and everyone shuts their mouth.
I mean,
yep.
Yeah. I don't want to see that bug head. God.
Yeah, I do. That's. Well, I mean, you know, just.
I thought she looked cool without the hood, so whatever.
Yeah, I think she'd look great no matter what. I'm all for Devore and MK11. Y'all can suck it. And
of course.
Not my co-host. I'm talking to general audience on this one.
I'm generally just waiting for my own character, but Amanda, who were you the most excited for in the trailer?
I mean, obviously Cassie.
Obviously Cassie. I figured I'd ask.
I was really excited though when we just saw Jacqui's redesign.
Ooh.
So we can lead into that because she looks 10 times better than long neck Jacqui from MKX. Like she straight up had like a long neck, and like the model looked not as good in MKX. Like
her costume was also incredibly. I guess you could say she was really generic from what it seemed
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, there was nothing very memorable about her from MKX, and it sucks because she's the first African American woman in MK.
Is she?
Think about it. Yes, because even if like obviously like I would say Jade is black, but Jade is considered a Denian. She is the only African American.
Yeah.
What's Tanya's nationality?
She's a Denian.
A Denian. Yep.
Okay.
She's also not from America. Only Jacqui is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So like and representation is important, and I'm excited that they're giving this character another chance because they can actually give her personality this time, which I feel like she didn't have a chance to really shine or show much personality in MKX, and I think that's important for the representation. So hopefully this second time around they make her a lot more interesting, especially with like the different gear and everything. And it looks like they're going to be using her legs like an exosuit this time instead of it just being arm stuff.
Ooh.
So that's kind of exciting.
The opposite of her dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's sick.
That actually would be cool how if she just had superpowered legs and just kicked the shit out of people. I mean,
well, wait.
Oh,
Does
wait,
she have
no.
ground pound cancels? Does she have ground pound cancels with her legs though? Like
Dude, imagine how cool that would be.
Whoa, wait a minute. I gotta lie. What you just said frightened me of another stanky leg coming in, which would be broken in this game.
Oh, God.
But you have to admit, all right, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was excited to see Jacqui, because I wasn't. I could name
Neither.
Yeah, and that's cool.
But I am optimistic of what they can do with Jacqui. Like, I thought Jade was like the biggest jobber in the franchise. Like, I hated the character. And then she shows up in MK11, and they did a phenomenal job on her. Personality, looks, moveset, like everything was just perfect. So if they could do that with Jade, I'm more than willing to believe that they could do the same thing with Jacqui. So, I mean, you know, we'll see what happens with like this second chance. But none of us are going to sit here and pretend that Jacqui was a sick character in MKX story-wise.
Yeah. I like I said, I like that they're giving her like a second chance because out of all the Kombat kids, other than Cassie, which we probably figured Cassie would be like a shoo-in to come back since she was the main hero at the end of the last story, is like the other one I thought would have come back would have been Takeda, but clearly we haven't seen any sign of him yet. But I think you guys brought up a good point when we were talking earlier. If he was like an older Shiryu guy, like I mean, it's basically Scorpion. So like hopefully she is like, you know, more with the legs and stuff, so she does differentiate from her dad. So she has her, and like, you know, I'm just hoping that they give her justice, especially with the redesign, because she already has so much more character in just the little clip that we saw of her doing what looked like a fatality in the trailer.
I
that
think so,
compared to like just all of MKX, like that right there showed so much more personality than any of MKX.
Yeah, she I mean, just in her face, you can see because in, you know, we look at her in MKX and you could almost see how, and this is gonna sound weird, but she looked really dead. But there's so much life in her face in MK11, and I gotta give a huge shout outs to NetherRealm Studios, because every character in Mortal Kombat is literally their baby and their creation from the ground up, and they have put in so much goddamn work to let they create these personalities, and they're really shining. And I think this game is going to be fantastic from the ground up. It has made me a Johnny Cage fan, and I'm actually angry at them for doing this to me. How dare you make a character so goddamn cool and up to his reputation and capture it so perfectly that it makes me go, damn it, that was awesome. Look at the trailer. Johnny Cage sees Johnny Cage from the past, and what do you imagine Johnny Cage is going to do from, you know, Johnny even pre-Mortal Kombat? He's going to be cocky as hell. He's going to be annoying as shit. He was cocky as hell. He was annoying as shit. He was looking at his IMBD from the future as the past going, what am I doing in the future? What have I done? If you guys looked at the screen, Johnny Cage was absolutely incredible. Every single character that we've seen on the Kombat cast has shown so much work put in by these guys making the game.
Absolutely.
I don't know how they're going to be able to, you know, one up themselves for whatever, you know, Mortal Kombat game might be next. Like, I'm sure they will, but like when you look at how cool Cage is now, like you wonder what else they could possibly do to make him any better right now. We haven't even
everything we've seen. It only gets better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We haven't seen everything with Cage yet. Like, there's tons of intros and outros and round wins and all that stuff. There's probably so much to this character that we still haven't seen yet that's going to make it look even better.
When we saw the first fatality, we thought that was the best one of the game so far.
And they teased that the second fatality is arguably funnier and better than the first.
Exactly. That was the point I was getting to. What the hell? How? And I can't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still never going to play him because I despise the character almost as much as I despise the MKX Johnny Cage community because they're down players and they're awful people all around. But the character's super cool. He's going to be awesome. You know, and going into like that extra dimension of why he's good for the game, casuals that are going to watch tournaments and see Johnny Cage are going to love watching this character. And that's kind of cool to be able to see just for the personality alone. And they're going to do that with a lot of characters, I think. They're going to show off personality so well that people are going to be even more excited to see their favorite characters.
Absolutely. And does anyone have anything else to say on the actual trailer itself that was released?
Do you want to know the big brain read on the trailer?
Ooh, wait a minute.
Galaxy brain? Wow, English. Galaxy
Let's hear it.
All right. So I'm sure most people have seen the character select leak list, and there's a certain character at the top that's green. And in the trailer, there's like a 3-second thing of Raiden talking with Elder Gods, and you see a background image, like as if you're looking down at Raiden, and there's a person right here that is green and oddly kind of looks like the portrait. So if that's another Elder God in the game, that's fucking godlike, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
That shit is godlike.
But we don't know for sure.
We don't know.
Absolutely not.
But that is a huge read, and how exciting would that be if what's the league name?
Cetrion?
Cetrion?
Yeah,
something like that.
Allegedly.
Very alleged. We have no clue at all. We're just out here.
Jade's mom.
Rolling dice. Jade's
mom. We're going based off of information that was posted on the internet. So take everything that you see on the internet with a grain of salt. Exactly. Yeah. But that's how we're pretty much being able to give a name to whatever character we're talking about. It could be completely different. We don't know. The point I
could be wrong.
That I will say it time and time again that this roster is looking out to be so much cooler than MKX could have ever been. And I don't care if you believe me or you agree with me or whatever.
That's coming from an Ermac player, guys.
If I didn't have Ermac, I would have had nobody. I hated everybody else on that roster until the DLC came out.
Yeah, the roster was ass.
Now I'm looking at it with the alleged leaks, and I see 7 characters off the bat that I want to like at least take a look at.
Yeah,
I didn't have that with MKX. I had Ermac and like maybe Ferrator, but I hated that.
Leatherface, dude.
Well, not until DLC. I'm talking about base roster. There was no one I was interested in.
What's really crazy about Ferrator is their life cycle and how if they were to continue that character, it'd be. I mean, but this is actually a cool idea. Is that if that character were to continue, it'd have to be a switching of roles. Of Tor being the big one, as you saw at the end of the story mode, and Farah passing on, and that's kind of how it would pass on, and then there'd be another little one turning into the big one, and so on and so forth. But it looks like we haven't gotten that in MK11. But that would have been cool to see continue.
Yeah, that would have been a sick concept, actually.
I know Biohazard was talking about that a lot and really wanting to see Tor all grown up and fucking people up with a little helper, but. You know, it didn't look like we got too many characters back from X. Looks like we've got Aaron Black, you know, Jacqui Biggs, Cassie Cage. Not too many others. Devora. And Kodal.
That's like 5?
Yeah,
that's a good
amount, it actually is a lot. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. That's a lot. But I feel like they did a good job of leaving out ones that, as a whole, I believe the community felt were the weakest. Kung Jin, Takeda, Jacqui, we all agreed, you know, probably not the most popular choice, but really good for, again, diversity and them having a blank palette to do whatever they wanted with and build her from the ground up and try to get us to love her, right, as a character. And
I think oh, go ahead.
No, go for it, Amanda.
I was just gonna say I think like story wise, one of the things that we one of the stories that like things that we lose from the storyline though without Jin coming back is he was the first LGBTQ or at least known LGBTQ character in the game. So you wonder if they're gonna ever try and do that again. I personally I was talking about this today.
Wait a minute. Amanda, can I bring something up?
Yeah.
Chat. Wait, don't laugh. Don't laugh yet.
Okay.
I feel like there is one in MK11. It's Johnny Cage.
You think Johnny's gonna secretly be gay?
Johnny Cage loves Johnny Cage. And there's 2 of them.
I think that's a reach.
The look on Amanda's face is priceless right there.
I thought I can't tell if you're serious or not, but
I'm just saying, who loves Johnny Cage more than Johnny Cage?
Oh my god.
No.
It's a sick read though.
I'm making the read.
I respect the read.
I think that I actually think Cassie could potentially be the character that they maybe go that route if they ever try to again. But who knows? I just thought that was a thing though, because they had that be a part of the story.
I completely forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. They didn't do anything memorable with it. They gave him the typical dude in the closet, afraid to come out, and then Raiden's there, but they didn't make it. They could have made so much more of it, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, we get more out of the people that they brought back. So
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mean to bring stuff up like that. It's just it's part of the lore and the story, and it's the first one that they ever did like that. So it's crazy that they took it out. If he's not back. So I will miss having an arrow, an arrow character. That was the only cool thing about his moveset.
Insert Big D talking about Nightwolf. Go for it, buddy.
No, I'm not going to mention Nightwolf, but the guy in the chat does have a point. Melina would technically fit the B in that. Melina's definitely bi. Right?
Technically, wouldn't Devora be?
Devora would be as well.
Just because they kiss doesn't mean they're bi, dude.
Hey!
I think the story
there
went
seemed to be enjoyment in the act.
Yeah, I think the story went beyond that. It's not just, But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
I'm also saying that because she killed her. But that's besides the point.
Is that the part of it, dude?
I don't know.
Somebody says Cassie's strictly dickly. I can't, dude. Cassie's definitely a lesbian. But anyways, go on.
Yeah, is that a fact? Do we have?
I genuinely see Cassie as I would always peg Cassie to potentially be gay.
Jer, I have a question for you. Is any man good enough for Cassie Cage?
Yeah, me. What do you mean?
I set that up too bad.
Good answer.
I set that up. I'm so sorry.
I feel like you were baiting that answer. Actually.
So on the day, on the day that the trailer dropped, we got all of this.
And we got gameplay.
Mortal Kombat 11 shit. Sorry, pardon my language, but we got the trailer, and then we had a bunch of YouTubers just dump out a metric F-ton of gameplay. We saw a bunch of tower matches. We saw a bunch of fatalities, intro dialogues, the works. All these relatively huge YouTube channels dumping out content in the descriptions, saying sponsored by Warner Brothers. I thought that said a lot. Now, it also said a couple of things, and we talked about this before the show, in that we felt like the story was just kind of dropped because we felt like, and I think that someone found that it was accidentally leaked on YouTube by a YouTuber, and then they were like, it felt like they were like, F it, let it go, let it rip. It felt like it was a mistake and was rushed and thrown out. And that's just a read by us, guys. That's just a read. But I know to a lot of people that trailer did feel like it came out of nowhere, and that it felt like it was something that was after everything had been revealed, right?
Yeah,
because it dropped an awful lot on us.
Well, when I woke up, I only woke up at 9 o'clock or something, and on my way to work, I was surprised because I knew we were gonna get a combat cast with a new character or whatever. So I was hoping it was Kano, so people speculated Cassie Kano, whatever. and I wasn't expecting to wake up to see a story trailer, a Cassie and Kano trailer, and Cassie gameplay. So like, yeah, it was.
We were spoiled that day.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got spoiled.
Because it was 3. It was the trailer, all of this content on YouTube, and then the Kombat cast.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like bam, 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 and then I was left just laying in my bed, satisfied.
But that's so out of character for NRS to just shove, like go like a week without anything, and then shove a ton of like information and releases and all this stuff down our throats, and now we went back to the normal pattern. So you have to kind of wonder why they would release that much at once.
Yeah.
Granted, we're sitting maybe a month not even a month and a half until release.
It's like
at this
month
point.
and a week or something.
Yeah, it's like a
right?
month.
There's about half.
I just got all excited.
I know. I'm telling you. It is March 11th. It comes out April 23rd. All right. That's literally a month and 10 days, 11 days, something like that.
Your math almost adds up, actually, for once.
Flags. First of all,
wait.
The whole point is
the month and
that
12
they have
days.
a roster left, right?
Yep.
Are we going to see all of that roster in action, or are they just going to give us a few extra characters, like 1 or 2 a week, and then we're just going to have to wait and see what happens?
They'll probably just like do new characters, like 1 new character on a combat cast or something, and then drop trailers or something.
Well, lately it's been like 1 character they've broken down, and then like they'll tease another character, or like a couple days later they'll show the trailer for like another character,
or another company will show that trailer, like their partnership with IGN. There may be other partnerships out there.
I have a theory with that so remember for Injustice 2 we got that really sick like story trailer that was like CG as fuck.
That was a lot of drinks ago, Romanova.
Yeah, yeah, I do remember that.
Yes,
he said that was a lot of drinks ago, but yeah,
that was a really good one, right? I feel like there's the story trailer thing we got like now, and then I feel like there has to be something CG coming. Like I feel like even if it's like a shorter thing, like there has to be something cool in CG that they're gonna do for us. Like I just have like, and this is me not knowing anything. Like and if they don't, I'm sad because I want that. I loved that trailer for Injustice 2, and I would love to see something like that for the story for MKX.
They also kept that going, which is really cool. Where like it was shot in shadow, and then like the reveals came out in the CG.
Dude, you saw like Superman like in a shadow, like holding like dead Lois, like as a flashback to like Injustice 1. It'd be cool if like whatever, like they show like Chronica's like time shit and CG, like give us that.
And just like be so cool. Flashback, Kotal Khan getting beat by Kung Jin, and he's in the gym, pounding on a fucking mat, thinking about his loss.
He smashes a
putting on the gains.
He smashes a Pabst Blue Ribbon can on his head.
Hell yeah! Now we're talking, dude.
That would be more
Kotal
Kano.
Definitely drinks PBR, dude.
Of course he does.
Speaking of all these things that we've talked about,
Kano drinks Natty Light.
First off, Kano drinks Foster's, which is Australian for beer.
Yeah, Foster's.
Yeah, he definitely drinks Foster's.
You're right.
Abe, thank you for those. All that content we got dropped on us from YouTube led into the Kombat cast, which we found really weird because we got all of this Cassie Cage gameplay, all this Kano gameplay, all this other gameplay, and part of it went into the Kombat cast, so we kind of got a lot of it before the Kombat cast even started. So that's why this was such a weird day for us, but also the greatest day ever because of all this stuff that we got. But there is that speculation of was it rushed? Did someone drop something a little too early, and did they just shove it out? That's speculation. There's no confirmation of any of that, but that leads into the Kombat cast, which was Cassie Cage and Kano, and damn it, this may have been the best Kombat cast up to date as far as format, everything that they did. Just shaking his head simply because I said Cassie Cage. It doesn't. They did 2 characters, full demonstrations. They brought on Gray Meta to talk about how fatalities are made. That was incredibly awesome.
That was really cool.
There's so many steps. There was way more steps. It wasn't just like one team doing fatalities, or that it split up so much between the studio that it's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like an assembly line. Where it's
well,
like,
even then, that was the metaphor that I'm pretty sure she gave on there.
oh, damn, I don't
But
remember.
more so than how many stages were there was how long it took that she mentioned. You know,
it's
she
insane.
said, it goes from one stage to another, and then fast forward 6 months down the line, you get your fatality. Like,
for one fatality.
Like, it takes that long for a fatality?
She's like, one fatality, 6 to 9 months. And I'm like, wait a minute.
That shows you how much work goes into this kind of stuff. That was really that little like detail she gave, I geeked out on, because I thought that was really cool that there's that much time and effort that goes into every single fatality. That we knew it's not easy doing any of this stuff, but to be able to hear that from an employee, to kind of get like an inside look on like how long it takes and what you realistically have to go through is really cool. The only thing that beat that in the cast for me was when Tyler Lansdowne pulled off that combo, that Kano combo. And I know that all those idiots on YouTube that are talking about there's no combos that is Tyler's combo. Yeah. I love Tyler.
Okay,
I guarantee you that is not even optimal. I guarantee you that's not optimal.
No, of course it's not.
It's just flashy.
An example of a combo.
But it was great.
That was a good combo. Sick looking combo. Now all those idiots and all those trolls can relax.
Anime avatars, the eggs.
To get all those
eggs is the new term.
It really is.
All these you're all welcome, by the way, for me offhandedly calling somebody an egg one time.
An egg. And now all these Melina for MK11s out there.
They're all eggs.
All the eggs, all the NPCs, y'all can relax. There's combos in the game. If Tyler can pull that off, I have no doubt we're going to come up with some crazy combos. Yeah, no doubt.
100%.
No doubt.
What timing seems incredibly strict. I mean, even I almost said us at the reveal, and my Coke members are about to shank me. But having gotten to play at reveal, everything felt so tight execution-wise, and it looks like combos are going to be fucking hard. Timing looks so strict on even conversions alone from what I played, but that combo looked so tight on execution. The windows looked really tight, and I'm really excited for that from an execution standpoint. I mean, the game looks great. I'll just stop that rant right there. The game looks great.
Kano looks awesome. I don't know if it's a hot take or not. I love his new voice. I absolutely love it.
I love his look. I love his stance, and he's probably number 2 for me in personality showing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think it goes Cage, then Kano,
Cassie Cage.
I was gonna say Johnny first, but Cassie's personality's up there. I was gonna put Jade over Cassie for personality.
No.
Jade's like idle animations.
Her idle animation is my favorite so far.
I think they knocked it out of the park.
Where she just leans on the pole and hangs out for a second. Says, "Oh, okay."
That's a sick round one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was super cool.
But does she come out of a helicopter upside down and blow bubbles saying "sup"?
Yeah, but I mean that's no different than
like every other human can do.
Yeah, like I want to say something. Kano's intro, he pisses on the ground. That is
you can thank Decay for that one.
That's true.
Was the one Decay pitched.
I'm glad we could talk about that now, because that was a really, when you told us that like a while ago, I was like, wow, that needs to make it in the game.
Yeah, he never knew if his
because we didn't
intro was gonna go. Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, my Cassie one made it in, so now she gets to be basic bitch like me, drinking her latte, coming in, and then her name's spelled wrong.
That was a mocap.
Yeah, they wrote mocap mocha. It reminded me of like there was one day in the studio where like there was so the software engineer people, like that whole team, like Cortec and all that, they like did a thing when their boss went out of town to like troll him, where his office that he has, they made it into a coffee shop, a barista bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like they took his office and made it into a barista bar and were like selling coffees like and lattes out of his office while he was gone. And I was like, if there was a mocap mocha, it would probably be the in Netherrealm coffee shop that they did to fuck with their boss, so when he came back his room was a coffee shop.
That's crazy. What a story.
Yeah. True story.
That's if NRS is watching, and if NRS ever watches this, are there more trolly things that happen at NetherRealm Studios that you can tell us?
Huh?
Like,
are there any
sure.
other spoiler things?
Like, I
No, I like the crunch stuff though. Like Brian, that is like the person who designs Cassie. You'll catch him in like a robe. Brian LeBaron.
Yeah, different Brian.
Okay, this is Brian with like he would always have like the mohawk at the events and stuff. Like he's a designer. He'll be like in his robe during crunch time, and like I saw his status. Like he used to always have like the Mountain Dew and stuff. I think he said this year he switched like something with like hot dogs or something like that. Like his new crunch food is like pretty gross, but they get crazy. Like John
Stamos.
No, not John Stamos. Oh my God, John Edwards. John Edwards has like his own like. They all have
the guy that talks to the undead.
No, they all have their own like beds, like whether it's like a love sack or something at their table or desk or something, because like some of them will just like sleep there during crunch if they have to.
I think love sack is a terminology for something completely different, Romanova, and I don't want
to. No, love sack is a brand
on this
I've
podcast.
Never heard that. Oh, it's a brand of something.
It is definitely a brand. That's a personal brand. That's
God.
A brand.
Anyway.
You guys are crazy. Oh, here it is. He says late night snack at work is now Cheese Whiz and dry Cheerios. Right from the bottle. New lows #.
Oh.
And they said that's less exciting than meat on a stick and Mountain Dew. So
wow,
crunch time at NRS gets brutal for people.
Struggle,
That's
man.
gross.
That's actual gross. That's disgusting.
Cheese Whiz out of the bottle and dry Cheerios.
Yeah, man.
What do you?
Yeah, times are hard.
Christ.
What do you mean?
Times are hard. And then there's a point during crunch too where like say this is like one Red Bull can. Nick Nicastro, he'll have like a tower of Red Bulls. When we were crunching and he just had like a Red Bull castle.
I believe.
And I'm like, how is this man still standing? His body is probably like 90% Red Bull at this point. It's not human anymore.
I've been there, and let me tell you guys, the next morning's not fun.
And Nick Nicastro is not a big guy, man.
No, so he's a small. He's a thin man.
The filter's only this big on this. It's only this big.
Yeah.
For a gallon of Red Bull to go through.
Hey, man.
The coolest are the animators when they're crunching because they'll have donuts in the mocap room.
That sounds great.
So you can get some dope ass donuts if you got that in.
Side note, I know this isn't in like our notes or whatever. How cool of a job must it be to be in the motion capture? Like
that was so fun.
Probably so
like
sick,
field. Dude, that would be so cool to be able to do. I don't know. I thought of that. I was like, that would be so cool to kind of like help bring the fatality to life or something like that. That'd be so sick.
And they get in the suits, like they get in the black suits. They'll bring in professionals, but they also have Carlos Pesina there, and he's like, yeah, he's a lord, right? Literally Lord Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he gets in the suit and he goes to town. They'll have like the soft things that you land on and shit in there.
Yeah.
Ladders and shit.
I would love to be able to just sit in and like watch like a motion capture like session. Just like sit in the back, get to see them like go through all these different stages and constant different takes and things like that. I wish I could be there for that. That would be so sick. Anyways,
let's go.
Anything. Moving on. We were talking about Kombat Cast 4.
This is just 30-minute session about Cassie.
Yeah, we talked about Kano, so yeah, we can talk about Cassie now. Her fatal blow.
I was just gonna. We're literally, me and Austin are just gonna let you two talk about it.
Okay. So let's start with Cassie Bay.
We both tweeted at the same time. Her pistol cancels.
Yeah, that was
Somebody
wild.
called us out on it.
That was wild.
It was like Jared above me and my tweet, and it was like, Cassie has pistol cancels.
Oh my god.
I like the her phone. She has this really cool like auto neutral app where she just controls the robot.
First of all, no. First of all, there's no
footsies.
That's not auto neutral. There's no way. Okay. Before I even get to that, I won't say anything. Okay. First of all, she looks godlike. Okay, long hair Cassie is something I wanted since MKX.
Okay, I'm going to say one thing in this segment, and that is, I agree. I love long hair Cassie.
Yeah,
that ponytail, it's sick, dude.
It's so good. Overall, she looked. I don't know, like she looks everything about like that I would want in a character. She doesn't have back one anymore, but that shit was broke. She doesn't have flip kick anymore.
She has a big advancing mid.
No, she does. She does have a big advancing mid, but like no flip kick, which is whatever because they nerfed that and it didn't really matter anymore. But yo, pistol cancels. I don't know if they're plus or not. That shit is sick. Like any character that can cancel a move is godlike. Remember Jax in MK9? Remember when Jax first was able to ground pound cancel in any game ever? Remember how good he was off of that?
Yeah.
One simple thing in a character.
He was.
Dude.
I mean,
like
that and the full life resets, but let's not really get
I gotta say this. People like to cling to stuff when they see something that's similar to one other thing. Somebody just in chat asked, "Isn't Cassie just Lifeline from Apex?" No. Have you played Apex?
Also,
Lifeline her drone thing heals you, dude.
Also,
Cassie
Mortal Kombat was in development for 2 years. Thank you. Thank you.
This was before then. Like.
Well, actually, maybe like 4 years. We don't fucking know.
Like they were both in like I mean, Apex hasn't been in development. It was like secret, but like it was secret. Nobody knew what it looked like or anything like that. So there's no way like we were like, oh, let's do this. Cassie had her drone in MKX. It was a part of her variation for Spec Ops.
Also, it doesn't take 45 seconds to get back Lifeline.
It's true. Spec Ops was the god variation, dude.
Yeah, we got blessed to see Sonic use it a couple times.
This is the Spec Ops god. Any person you saw doing any kind of Spec Ops
demo Sonya?
You mean Trey Pound?
No.
I thought you were a demo Sonya player though.
Okay, well, for whoever was around at the beginning of MKX during its first major, I got 9th place losing to Slayer with Spec Ops Sonya.
Damn, how did you lose to Slayer?
Wow. Cassie main, by the way.
Yeah, Cassie main. No, but do you remember Kung Jin's instant jump 1? You remember that? Yeah, that was sick, right?
There was a lot of broken things.
Yeah, that's how I lost to Slayer. But the drone before they showed like the controlling drone, I felt like the orb thing looks really sick. I guess what is that, like a dot or something? Like it does damage?
Yeah, something like that.
I think that'll be cool in the corner. I don't know. Mid screen, all I can think of was like shades of Captain Cold, but like probably nowhere near.
I said the same exact thing. Yeah.
I think all the drone stuff is kind of cool.
This character's made by the same person who designed Captain Cold.
Oh, I guess it makes sense that I like every character that he makes. But because like everything is cool as hell.
Except for Supergirl. He designed Supergirl. You didn't like her.
No, the character's
retarded.
But like I don't know how I felt about like the phone drone thing. Like I don't know how good that is because Cassie's not moving when you're doing it, so I don't know if that's good.
It's to confirm that she can't move during that.
I don't know, right? Like I'm assuming
she can move during that.
Oh, you're all getting cooked. Like that's just
it'd be cool if she could cancel out of it.
Well, she definitely can. They already showed that.
Okay.
They already showed you can't like put your phone down or whatever. But like if she could be like controlling it and then just kind of like scooting back, and as you're just getting zoned out by this minion, I'm like, wait. I was looking at that. I'm like, wait, this is like not fair.
Big D, you have shorts on?
Yeah.
Hey, how many of us have?
That's the only reason, by the way, I did that. Because if I didn't have shorts on, I would have never did that.
How many of us have shorts on? By the way.
I have more
sweatpants on.
Damn,
I have joggers.
Shorts on. Jesus Christ.
Nice. No, and the last thing, I guess that really pops out of my head. Like she has what? Straight shadow kick, but that's at the end of a string.
No, it's a normal.
It's a normal.
Yeah, it's a normal.
Not even a special move. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was kind of godlike. She has up shadow kick still, and
yes.
Yeah.
The last drone thing we saw was like the escape, which I think is actually like
good.
No.
That, like,
it was escape
dash
and in. It was out and in, which is gonna be almost.
I think that's really good.
When
also,
when I first saw it, I was a little concerned.
Like low key, no one talked about it, but her jump one looked kind of nice, dude. Like
no, that looked messed up.
Not as good as like Cassie and Sonya MKX, like active for 10 years. I'm coming in, dude. But like it actually looks really good. So.
What do you guys think about the nut punch animation not being a punch anymore?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Well, she punches on the like the meter burn or whatever it's called, right?
But
I like.
Oh yeah, she does.
You can also fatality them by punching their nuts on their body.
Actually, this is a question for Big D and Jur. Did you guys, when you saw that, also go?
Yes.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it.
Before you even finish that sentence, yes, I cringed.
We all
I started sweating. Yes.
Okay, wait. I have a question for Romanova. What did you do when you saw Cassie obliterate a couple of testicles?
I mean, I don't care.
See, what a difference! What a difference in the world it makes having them and knowing and knowing how fragile they are.
Getting punched there as a girl, that sucks too. But yeah, it sucks more for dudes because you have.
It wasn't even just a punch; it was just obliterated.
It was a shatter.
Anything that was there before was no longer in that area.
It was a close up.
I mean,
it was a close up of Gold Dust Shattered Dreams.
There have been stuff that has made me feel uncomfortable in MK. I remember one of the most things next to Noob Saibot's Make-A-Wish was the Kung Lao fatality from MK9, where he splits you in half with a saw hat, dude. Oh,
listen.
That hurts no matter what your genitalia is.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Those don't get me, but the one that got me the most is MK9 Cabal's X-Ray, where he breaks your knees backwards, like that. Yeah. Because that's the only thing that grosses me out. And I'm not scared of that happening to me, but I would not want to break my legs that way. So seeing that, I was like, oh god, I hate it.
Breaking them backwards, God bless. Yep. But Jerry, if you want to finish up on thoughts on Cassie, you did a good coverage. I want to say real quick, the Fatal Blow startup is the deadliest one I've seen so far.
That actually looks like the best Fatal Blow startup that we've seen in the game. I don't know why they made her dive kick, but we take those, grounded. Dude. I don't care.
Grounded.
Yeah,
we take those.
And why is it grounded? I don't remember. I need to watch it again. But was it did it have any length to it, or was it just straight down?
No, because it did.
If it has length to it, then you just someone projectiles you in right outside footsie range, and you hold that.
Boop. Have a nice day.
Boop. Yeah, that's insanely good. I guess the last thing to talk about, her two fatalities. The heart one is I actually love that so much because it's so in character for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. And the other one where she kicks the spine out, dude, I was dying when I saw that.
Dude, I like that one more than the heart one, to be honest.
Dude, that one was.
And Danish, who's one of the UI artists, he tweeted out about how it was his idea for that one, the one with the spine, and it was inspired by the show American Gods.
Ooh!
Really?
So, here, Aquaman, Aquaman, you pull up the video.
Wait,
or here, I'll link you the video so you can show them what it's inspired by.
I kind of don't want to see it. Hold on.
I do. Wait. I definitely do.
No, it's
I want to see something inspired of a spine coming through someone's upper torso, through their fucking groin. You want to see this, Jur? How demented are you as a human being?
It's cool. Dude, actually, I just thought about it, though. The other thing to touch on is her Fatal Blow animation. I think the sickest thing is how she just holds you and just,
if you can,
pumps you full of fucking bullets, right up to your chest. That shit is
why not in chat?
Because that's what I'm using for your guys' video. And I can't minimize it.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
gotcha.
play Cassie Cage. Or don't play Cassie and let me have her all to myself again until people realize she's good.
I thought she looked really strong, and I actually agree.
Started at that point. So what is happening is this chick saving her husband from these people attacking him that threw him up on a tree.
Wait,
and
that's my boy from the 100.
Yeah, that show's amazing, by the way. You should watch American Gods. And it is back. It is back, Wendy. It's actually on the first episode just happened Sunday. Yeah, we watched it. It was pretty good. It's not made by the same people this season, but yeah. Here play this shit.
Here we go. Oh shit!
I'm delayed.
Oh, that's valid.
Oof.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh god.
Very nice.
Yep.
I could see the inspiration.
Definitely see it.
That's and the people from American Gods know, and they I guess approved of it and complimented what they did with it. So yeah, that is exactly what the second Cassie fatality is from.
That's so good. Actually, for some reason that reminded me of the only in between round win, I guess, besides the dab that everybody saw of hers was when she pulls out her phone and laughs at something and then shows whoever she beat her phone and then puts it back away. I was okay, that's actually kind of
I haven't even seen that one.
Yeah, that one's sick.
Absolutely. So that was Cassie Cage in the eyes of a Cassie Cage main juror. I agree with 16-bit in his assessment that she did seem incredibly all around. Kind of had everything. Yeah. She did have that really good advancing mid, which really scared me because
that's what we like, baby. Back ones all day.
So quick shout outs to 16-bit for finally describing a character as something other than just this mid-range character. Like he mentioned, Kano excels up close. Thank you. We now know there's different archetypes.
Okay, this was okay, and please don't blow me up, Derek. If you blow me up, I'm so sorry. But it was so funny the way that they said this. 16-bit was like, Kano is not one of these characters that excels at the mid range. And then Derek was like, well, he doesn't really want to be on you. He wants to be just away from poke distance. And I was like, there's a mid range. No, I was trying to find it the whole time. I actually feel like a dick for trying to find excelling at the mid range the whole stream. But Kano really similar in how both of these characters kind of broke that streak that we were on of excelling at the mid range. And Kano and Derek actually described it the most as being very disruptive. And Kano's always kind of had that disruptiveness of, like Kano Ball. What the fuck are you doing about Kano Ball in MKX besides blocking it?
Nothing, dude.
Can we talk about real quick before we move on?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that noticed that when you get hit by EX Kano Ball, like in the air or like air Kano Ball, it keeps you standing?
I did see that. That's frightening.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that actually.
Super low key.
That was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, wait, you get hit with air Kano Ball, it keeps you standing. So I want to know how plus that is, because if he's going to be like this rush down character, that's going to be scary.
And if I remember correctly, he didn't really have much of an overhead starter.
No, he didn't
correctly.
at all.
So that immediately, that and MKX Kanos like to do that a lot too, where they'll stagger instant Kano Ball for the overhead and mix you up that way. I mean, if that leads into a standing position that's super plus in the corner.
Yeah.
The scary one is like when he does the chest thing and has like the armor or whatever on the Kano Ball.
That looks like
my goodness.
Yeah, that's scary, dude.
Again,
I forgot about that.
It's almost like he was built to play dirty, just like they had talked about. He plays dirty, breaks the game. All of his animations are godlike. I love his overhead kick though, like the half screen Brazilian.
Not every animation.
Jiu-jitsu backflip kick.
Wait, which animation do you like?
The knife toss is ugly.
That's true. It
doesn't stand out. Like I don't remember it. So
ugly.
It's like this. It's like
everything else.
It's like
it's just bad. I don't know. I just don't like it. Could just be me. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky. I don't like it, but everything else about the character is super good. Dude, I'm allowed to nitpick. As someone who's excited, I'm allowed to nitpick. That animation is garbage.
As a two-time Evo medalist.
This one's for me and Jer, because Cassie.
Cassie looks sick. I don't have any issues with Cassie.
Dude, actually, the sickest thing about Kano, like, I don't actually care about Kano as a character or anything, but the fact that he has, like, a blade in his boot that he uses... And like the one animation, like I don't know if it was like grab or whatever, or like the end of his fatal blow where he like steps on you and just tosses you out with his boot. I was like, yo, okay, that's godlike actually.
Yeah.
They did such a good job.
That is, he had a really good one where it's the disrespectful where he walks up your body and just follows
your
face down with his boot.
And the gear on all them is awesome. Like before, to like wind this down.
Have a mustache?
Dude, why wouldn't he have a mustache?
Try a mic.
All right, and then like Cassie had the pink gear. I love that, and then I also love the one that she looks like she's from the fucking future in.
Oh yeah, dude, that one's so sick.
It's like fucking Pacific Rim Cassie or something. I don't know.
I'm about it.
So also in that Kombat cast, we did see a lot of gameplay of Kano. Of Johnny with Washed Up Warriors. Oh, no. That was this week because we didn't get Johnny.
That was the week before.
Yeah, so we've gotten two sets of reveals. We did. So we got the Johnny one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to see Dizzy playing Johnny, which I thought was absolutely incredible.
The dizzy knee, man.
Yep. And it was an actual spacing oriented play that I saw so many whiff punishes, and it made me so happy as a competitor and as a viewer to see Dizzy doing that. Just incredible. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And then we saw the belt battle where Tyler pulled it out of his ass with Kano. I don't know how.
Managed to win for the first time in ever.
No,
I don't even remember.
He got a couple weeks ago too. Well, he cheated a couple and got one taken away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like straight up.
Legit
he
win.
was down and then he came back and won. That
he was tilted. He's like, no, we're not doing the wheel. I'm in charge. Yeah.
I respect that. I respect that so much.
And he was down 1-0 and Derek cooked him with Jade. It was a zone clinic.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
And like I always do, whenever I watch, like streams like that, I never look at the Twitch chat, and I'm sure the Twitch chat was going nuts at the zoning. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how bad it was. I know it was bad.
What's really cool about these combat casts, I don't know if you guys watching know, and if anyone watches on YouTube, anything, a lot of people restream the combat cast. They're allowed to, and you can watch it with your favorite content creators, and their chats. And I'm not one to toot our own horn because a lot of us do it, but the chats are far less toxic. Like I was watching it in Catch 'em and Mustard stream on this last one, hanging out with them, and the chat was perfect. And same with a lot of these other content creators.
I'm not surprised
for NetherRealm games. Is that when you watch it with them, you don't have that general audience, and no offense to them, but a lot of them can be very toxic in that NetherRealm chat. So if you guys are looking for a better way to watch these, watch it with one of your favorite content creators. It's really cool.
And there's only one reason why I don't do that personally, because I like, pretty much everybody, in this community.
Liar.
The one reason that I don't do it is because I want to watch it without interruptions, and I don't want people talking over it.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I don't do it. Dude, if they, let's say hypothetically, it's the stream where they show Nightwolf. I don't want to hear a fucking peep out of anybody in my entire house. My dogs are literally being put in the kitchen. I don't want to hear any barking. I want to be able to hear exactly what's going on, because I'm excited to see that. So if someone is talking over something really crazy or something I'm really into, I don't want any interruptions. It's kind of like, you guys know the movie Get Out? You ever saw that movie? Okay, I saw that movie in theaters, and it sucked because you're literally trying to get into the movie, but anytime someone made a noise, it took you out of that immersion. It's the same idea. For me, at least, that's the same idea.
I mean, the movie was good regardless, but go ahead.
Oh, it was a fantastic movie. But I'm saying I wish I never saw it in theaters. I wish I saw it by myself, in the quiet room that I have.
Respect.
That's why I don't watch content creators restreaming it, but I am happy that NRS lets us do that. I will say that. I think that's really cool.
Well, it just depends too, because the chat's so fucking toxic sometimes on the NRS stream. It's sometimes better to just you can hide the chat, I guess, but it's sometimes just better to watch it with a person that you know, because you can interact with them. I don't know.
I would tell you, after I watch the streams, I watch everybody's reaction because I love reactions. I think that's super cool, and get to see how similar is their reaction to what you had. But as far as my initial first watch, I make sure I'm completely zoned in. Which brings me into the next thing. We're gonna kind of mix this up a little bit. The stress test.
Ooh, yes.
Coming up
very soon.
In a few days.
Very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the email because everyone's gonna know. I wanna bring up if you want to start talking about it. I'm gonna bring up when you're gonna hear about it, unless you know that off the top of your head.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm Canadian, so.
Well,
VPN boys
should have.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I don't know. I only know a couple Americans, so the chances of me getting something are kind of low.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, if you ever want to fly down,
Oh yeah, I'll fly down for the weekend.
Hey, you mean to tell me you wouldn't come hang out with me for a weekend?
So here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you guys, hands down, everyone's gonna want to play it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I want to play that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be at final round. I'm gonna try and like, if I'm like there and I get it, I'm gonna play some games at home and stuff like that. Decay will probably get the most out of it if either one of us get a code. But the stress test is probably not gonna be as stable as the beta for many reasons, and that's probably also why they're doing it US only, just to test. But I think it's just to test the stability of that build, and that's probably the build that they're gonna go off of for the beta. That's gonna go out to people. So like, people that are like upset that it's not in Canada, sorry, Jer. It's I think it's just strictly so that they know that when the beta comes out, they can nail it, and this is just like the soft launch for the beta. You know what I mean? It's just them making sure everything's gonna work, so when it goes massive, it's not a complete like failure. And like they just want to be like, they're gonna be all eyes during that. So I don't think most people like will get exactly what they're thinking they're going to get out of it, and I think it's only like for 1 day, right?
2 days.
2 days. Okay.
Actually 3 technically.
15th, 16th, and 17th.
15th, 16th, and 17th. People that are in will get an email from us at approximately 7 a.m. the day of when it starts on the 15th.
Get it on the 15th. So if anyone says, "Hey, I got an email," don't listen to them unless it's on that day.
Yep. On the 15th, it says that the online stress test goal is to test matchmaking in a live environment, ensure that the closed beta and launch services are going to run smoothly. Again, making that beta more smoother. They're very limited in invitations, and this event will only feature several characters and modes available at launch. So you aren't getting everything. You're only getting a little bit of piece of the pie. That's how most of these things work, and it's not guaranteed. And your participation is subject to an agreement and pretty much what seems to be randomly chosen. We'll see how things go. A lot of us got in there in the very first second. It was fucking open, hitting refresh on the page until it was. Anarchy. Some of us.
People.
And yeah, super excited about that. Please pre-order the game to get access to the beta.
Right.
That is your only way in. You can't just sign up.
Yeah, just hit up Zyfox for
beta. Or you hit up Zyfox. He has a couple of extra codes. Warner Brothers hooks him up in particular every single goddamn game. I don't understand why. We've already blown up his spot, and he's still getting codes left and right. I've talked to Warner Brothers directly, and they won't give me shit. They keep giving Zyfox 400 codes every damn game, and people keep getting them.
He got an Evo medal the first year at MKX. It's that first year clout, dude. I mean, it goes a long way.
I don't understand
what I'm talking about.
That's true.
I wish I had that kind of clout. I'm being honest with you.
I'll tell you what, if you see me on
someday
Twitter,
we might have as much clout as Zyfox.
Just know it came from Zyfox. Even if I don't say it, if I got a code, it's from Zyfox. 100%.
All right, who thinks?
100%.
Who thinks? Oh wait. How many characters do you think will be in the stress test? Not the beta, the stress test.
6.
I'm gonna say the same characters that were at the reveal. Like, I don't think they're gonna go past that.
No way.
Nah.
I'm gonna go with 6. I'll go with the same characters from the reveal plus 2 more. So reveal was Baraka, Gary, Scarlet, and
Gary, dude.
No,
Scorpion, Sub-Zero. It's fine.
Scorpion, Sub-Zero. All right, so I'm gonna say 7. They're gonna add in 2 more characters.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say the 5 originals plus 2 more. Yes, I'm saying Gary.
Sonya, yeah.
For sure. I will always.
Oh yeah, Sonya was there.
Yeah, Sonya.
8 then.
Sonya.
Oh, so there was 6.
There was 7 at the reveal, says at DFC.
I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna say 2 more.
Just remember, some of us were like in the middle of the ocean somewhere during the reveal, so
that's true. Who is Gary? Garrus.
I know.
Yeah, I call Garrus Gary because he should have been pronounced.
There
Jaros.
was all right.
Jaros is way cooler than Garrus.
Let's go through them. Garrus, Baraka, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Scarlet. Who else? Sonya. Thank you.
That was it.
Johnny.
6.
Raiden.
Raiden was at the reveal.
I think Johnny will be in it.
There were 7 playable at the reveal.
We're at 7, and there was.
So maybe they'll just go to 10 or something. That's a lot of characters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 total.
I bet you the stress test won't have all them.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's going to be 7 plus 2 more. That is what I'm saying. However many there was, I'm going to say it's the same amount at the reveal plus 2 more characters. That's all I'm going to say. That's what I think it's going to be.
For the beta, I agree, but like I've done direct stress testing like as part of my job. And you really don't want to have that many things unless you're actually trying to bombard like whimsy servers. So if that's what they want to do and they want to put mad characters
the
in,
the email does
cool,
say several characters, and there were exactly several characters at the reveal.
Yeah, we're gonna have Chrome in there.
Chrome. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's what we think. Do you guys want to get into your thoughts on? Well, we kind of covered that. You know, it's all about testing. And that's pretty much it as to why it's US only. All they wanted to do was put something on the servers and see as long as they can handle it.
Just know that the back-end people that are involved in stress testing, their job sucks. So be thankful for everybody that gets to play, because somebody that has done stress testing for weeks on end, it blows ass. And everybody that has to write the reports for the stress testing, it sucks. So have fun playing that game.
Will you be able to stream it? The answer seems to be yes. There was finally clarification on Twitter by one of the communications directors, something or another. Insert fancy title from Warner Brothers.
Some job title.
Some guy.
It seems to be that you can.
Yes.
Do not take our word. You know.
No, take Ryan.
You know what?
Big D's word for it. He said you can stream the game.
We
and
don't
if you
know.
If you have any issues, he'll hook you up with a lawyer.
I'm gonna pull it up exactly, but it was said that this is simply not true when it says, "Are you not allowed to stream it?" And Alan Johnson said that is incorrect. And Alan Johnson is the director of influencer relations at Warner Brother Games. Says it's simply incorrect that you cannot stream it, meaning that you can stream it.
What does influencer relations mean?
Obviously, he manages the relationships with influencers.
I mean,
well, okay, but what constitutes an influencer?
Do you not know the English language? Do you not know?
Well, you mean like the random kid in my high school that influenced me to drink at a young age?
Exactly. All that an influencer does is influence someone else to do something. This is
perfect. So Ryan,
So Alan Johnson, you're probably really heavy in all of those large YouTubers that are putting out the content that say sponsored by Warner Brothers. Those are influencers that Warner Brothers is using to try to get more people to play the game. I really like this approach from Warner Brothers to try to reach a broader audience, because simply from a competitive level, if they were to only use competitors to try to reach people, they're only going to get a couple thousand people reach. That's about it. Good job, buddy. Way to go. We're trying to sell millions over here. So I get Warner Brothers' approach in trying to reach a broader audience.
It's smart.
With their advertising. I like that they're doing it differently this time around. And I know that a lot of competitors were kind of butthurt when they saw all of these influencers putting out content, but they have to understand it's bigger than all of us. And if there's growth for all of us, they're going to see the results of that growth, right?
Yeah, of course.
So our biggest content creators within the scene are going to see growth as long as there's an influx of people that simply weren't there before. Otherwise, there's going to be a stagnant level. Do you guys understand basic fucking shit here that I'm trying to explain? Or am I too
talking to?
I don't know anymore.
I was gonna say I do know what influencers mean.
We've been sitting here agreeing with you.
Right, hold on.
I know, I know what influencers are.
All right, let's
just
move on, because I made myself completely redundant.
Well, there's only a few things we want to talk about. We did want to quickly go over Darth Arma's event, which was really good.
It was
super awesome to watch.
Yeah, it was great.
If anyone watched it, thank you for a local happening that had a lot of community backing, a lot of hype behind it. Great production. I mean, there was almost no hiccups. A lot of good casters that were coming in and out. The New Jersey scene's really big. New Jersey / New York. They had 20+ people for Injustice and Mortal Kombat.
30+.
No, was it 30+?
Yep.
That's insane.
That is actually insane.
It really took you back to like the era of locals, you know, like more grassroots, not super professional, but not like, you know, just like a joke. Like they really you could tell he put his time into it, and it just turned out to be just a solid local.
Yeah.
That, unfortunately, I didn't get to catch all of it because I was at work.
Tip saying 60+ people in there, and it's only Mortal Kombat Injustice.
What that reminds me of is like way back in the day, probably before most of like Twitch chat even knew about the NRS scene. Me and Zaf went to New York and stayed at J360's house, for anybody that knows about that.
Tournament
Viable lethal killing machine.
Yeah. We went to
old meme.
a New Jersey local in Red Bank that had everybody from VSM that remembers that, everybody from New Jersey, and it was like a 45-person local. And like we drove 6 hours from Canada for that. And we've also driven 6 hours for a VSM monthly before. With no place to stay, by the way, actually at that one. So
Y'all are wild Canadian.
yo, we wanted to play the game.
That's right.
That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to play. Like
I actually know of someone that even for Injustice 1, this is right after MK9, someone did travel 6 hours for a local that I put together, and that's one of the best feelings ever.
Oh,
yeah,
Like feeling that support is indescribable. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm glad to see something like that come back. Shouts to Arma, and I believe there's 5 total organizing that event. Shouts to every single one of them. It had amazing viewership. Yep, Chelsea in the background running the brackets and yelling at Arma for saying anything on stream. It was fantastic.
Yeah, wait, Troy was actually there. That's actually
Troy was there. Troy was side betting the whole time.
Dude, Troy.
Yep.
Young Claude, dude.
No one knows about
Claude Von Stroke, dude.
WNBA Claude Von Stroke.
WNBA.
No one knows about that. If you're a real MK9 head, you know about that WNBA. Dude.
Fuck. Oh my god, there are names I don't even remember that were in WA.
Swift Tom Hanks.
Swift Tom, that's the one. Swift Tom Hanks.
Yeah, dude.
That's the one.
Claude Von Stroke. Like Mike Metroid, dude.
Second player, right? Swift Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
he was Virginia, I believe.
He was King of Prussia, actually.
King of Prussia.
Like
Pennsylvania,
yeah.
You're right.
Like another fun little tidbit is there was one, I think it was Winter Brawl 2012, when we all went to that tournament. This is before Smash GG and the whole online signing up thing. We were all staying at Swift Tom Hanks' house, and we decided that everybody that was WNBA was going to sign up as a Disney princess instead of our actual tag at that tournament.
All right, so this, guys, MK9 era was pretty cool. My local also wanted to do that, but we were all going to be iterations of our name and a wrestler. So I was going to be Aquaman Randy Savage.
That's godlike.
That's great.
We had a Sorry I'm White in our scene, and we had a very unique name for him. It was going to be Sorry Gent Slaughter.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And it just kept going from there. But
That's
yeah,
so
it's pretty cool how MK9 we had a lot of ideas when traveling.
Yeah,
The whole point is that it was
because
cool.
you traveled as a group.
Yeah, exactly.
It was cool to see Darth Arma's local because it brought back memories like that.
Yeah.
It's
right?
nostalgic.
Like, we haven't seen anything. Yeah.
There's
I
nothing
really
like
hope
everyone being like this on each other, having to play the guy next to you, and you fucking hate your guts, fighting for that $10 pot, and then you got the 2 casters over there telling you how bad you're doing that you can hear with an earshot, and you're like, fuck.
Those are good times.
Great times.
Those are really good times.
those really were the best times. So I hope he continues to see success with that. I hope
Support
other
that
scenes
local.
follow suit. I will tell you, I can't release anything yet, but I'm excited to bring my local back.
Ooh.
Hopefully, I'll have more stuff to talk about with that later. So
I think I'm bringing a local back too. I know Montreal's kind of small, but I've
Is it gonna
had
be the same?
people.
Versus?
What?
Big D? Is it going to be versus? Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna be a location.
Oh, he can't say. Sorry.
It's
my bad.
It's Ryan's back.
no,
there,
it is going to be Versus. I just haven't released anything publicly yet. I talked with the owner. It's going to be back at Versus. I'm excited because although my time in South Florida may be much shorter because I am in the process of moving, it's nice to
Florida
kind of set
boys.
something up and just let them kind of go.
South
And then I'll get to
Florida.
Start over. You know,
It's so crazy that Ryan's moving to Montreal like that. Like that's
well.
nuts.
Florida.
Canada boys,
Wow,
dude.
wow, they're
Maybe
gonna have
syrup, boys.
damn, the whole scene's gonna be washed up still. That's kind of nuts.
I'm excited. I've been kind of hard at work putting together that local and watching how well Darth Arma's local went and how happy everyone seemed to be with it. Kind of made me feel really good.
From a
about
viewer
putting this
standpoint
back
too.
together.
That chat was amazing. I was hanging out in it for a long time. I was live during the beginning of it and got to host it and really boost those numbers up. He hit 250 plus viewers, which is really good for any NRS game right now. Our viewership is dead. Shouts to every single person watching this. By the way, absolutely incredible. The family that we have on Twitch is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's small but awesome. Very supportive. You guys are incredible. Thank you for supporting Arma the other day. I appreciate it, and I'm not even a part of it. Like that's how a lot of us older guys are when it comes to locals. Is we see support, we have to love it to absolute death, and not have to. It's just kind of built in our blood.
And then the last thing is the reminder for everyone to register for Combo Breaker.
Yeah, please register for Combo Breaker first.
Like,
I should probably do that, huh?
Wow.
You haven't done it yet? Are you serious?
First,
I need to buy a flight, dude. Like,
first gigantic
To be fair, I haven't registered yet because I bought my flight already. Like I bought my flight first.
Nice.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I made sure I was going.
And applied for commentary, and then I got to register.
Also on Twitter, Console Gaming League at Console Gaming LG looks like they're hosting a weekly series starting May 10th for Mortal Kombat 11. Both consoles,
second week,
$500 per console. Registration opens April 26th. And that's through Discord. More information there. Console Gaming LG on Twitter. They're doing an online MK11 circuit. Being one of the front runners of online MK events, I'll be watching this very closely because it's not incredibly easy to pull off, and when it's well executed, it's one of the best things for our scene. So definitely keep an eye on this. It's the first one that we've seen online for MK11. You know, all of us behind Combat Cup are still silent as we're trying to put something together, but without the backing that we had for Combat Cup, it's very hard to do. You know, it's very hard to pull 15 grand out of your ass and afford the staff that does it, which does a great job. I don't think a lot of people realize that you guys are spoiled as fuck. Let me not sugarcoat a fucking thing real quick. You're spoiled as shit.
Yeah, and speaking of, me in the chat said, I hope Aquaman's commentating MK11. We are working on having him be one of our guests to commentate.
I wasn't sure if you could talk about this.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna at least talk about it because we're trying to
sell it.
So I'm doing an event alongside Gwinnett Brawl and hopefully also Data FGC, which does +2 on block, because they're gonna be doing their monthly at the same time. So if you play other games, you'll have a chance to enter those. But the main event's gonna be Mortal Kombat. There's a lot of things in the works right now for the event. So one of the big things is there's a local company that is going to be raffling off a custom-made Bricksboard fight stick that is MK11 themed. To be shown eventually. They're working on it. They're a very nice local company called Junk Food Arcade Customs. So that's going to be sick that they're doing that for the scene. They're amazing people. Registration, it's going to be at Access Replay, which is downtown Chicago, on May 4th. May 4th, so the second weekend after the game comes out. And you'll have like a little bit of time to practice. The pot is, we don't have a specific amount yet on the pot, but based on projections of how many people could be attending, plus I'm going to be setting up a Matcherino to sell shirts to raise more money for the pot. And Gwinnett Brawl is throwing $200 of their own in, plus there might be money from other sponsors potentially thrown in. We're looking at least about $1,000 pot for this tournament.
MK11, and where's this happening, Romanova?
This is happening in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, at Access Replay on May 4th. So if you're near, around, or about, it's definitely worth checking out. We're also... The one guest I'm working on trying to get, and we're not sure if we got him yet because we're still just talking to his managers and him, is we're also looking at, for wrestling fans, getting Austin Creed out there. He's a Georgia local, and he obviously loves, Xavier Woods loves Mortal Kombat, so it'd be really cool to get him out there. We're trying to see if we can get him. We have a little bit of a marketing budget with the venues. Shout outs to them. So we're trying to see what we can do and if we can afford him, etc. Because I think that would be a great pull for the event too, and a lot of people are wrestling fans, so that'd be great for people to meet him. That is not confirmed yet, though.
I might be there.
Yeah, and Aquaman's probably like the first thing we might do. So we will have at least like one very well-known commentator in the scene out there, to commentate that event, and we're gonna have like a stage and a production. There's even gonna be a concert after, apparently. Like they have an artist that does like he's like a DJ that is gonna do a show at 11 after everything. So you can stick around and hang out, and they're gonna try and theme their set like with MK beats in it and stuff. So
Ghost Bro in the chat says I'm 2 hours away from there. That's a definite ghost. So Ghost Bro's a regular on my stream. We're definitely.
I can post the Facebook link to it. I don't have since we haven't figured out the way since we have so many of the monthly involved, like the 2 monthlies involved. We don't have a Smash GG yet to register, but we have an event page. So the updates once there is a Smash GG will be there.
So. Yep. And this is going to segue into I want everyone that has an event for MK11 to please reach out to any one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jerzus over there, Big D, Romanova, or myself, reach out to us and say, hey, I've got this event going on. Can you guys shout it out? We're going to be more than glad to shout it out. I mean,
do it for sure.
Competitive is our life here. And anything we can do to help, please.
Yeah. Also, if you're Canadian, I know, like, unless you live in like Timbuktu, like Saskatchewan or something, like, I'm sorry, but your scene is actually like deaded, like no one lives there. But like, that's
Saskatoon, motherfucker.
But if you're on the East Coast or something, hit me up. I mean, Montreal or around Montreal.
Toronto in the chat. Wait a minute.
Toronto. If you don't go to the locals, hit up Honeybee, Tim, or Biohazard. I'm sure there'll be locals in Toronto. That's like 6
Honeybee,
hours
Tim, or Biohazard. That's crazy.
That's actually
Honeybee Tim as one person.
That's actually the same person.
Well, I wasn't saying Honeybee, comma Tim. Like
that actually sounded like comma Tim though. Wait a minute.
No,
Tim, Honeybee Commander.
Honeybee, Tim, or Matt.
Or Commander.
Hit them up, dude.
Also, too, for the event here. Oh my god, my brain just gave out. There was something important.
Born Suspect. I don't know if I've already talked to you, but hit me up because I am definitely hosting it at my place for San Antonio, baby.
What were you guys saying?
We were talking about tournaments
locals.
And locals and anything we can do to shout any kind of competitive out to get people playing our games because I want to see more people playing our games.
I wanted to say we're also the shirts that, you know, if you do plan on going, the shirts that we're making are really dope. They're designed by this local chick named Christina. Her name's Xena Art on Twitter.
Xena, Warrior Princess?
Yeah. I wanted the design to be a peach with Scorpion Spear going through it since Georgia. And so we have Scorpion Spear going through a peach, and it's going to say Earthrealm Dojo. The event name is Earthrealm Dojo. And
that's really cool.
Gwinnett Brawl is like going to be on the shirt because they're part of it. They're helping. And then the back, instead of saying "you're next," is going to say "y'all next."
Oh my god!
Y'all next. And then Decay is going to have a booth set up there to sell prints of Mortal Kombat fan art he's doing.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I'm pulling up, dude. That's it. It's settled.
Roll up.
I don't have anything else going on. I mean, I literally could actually.
Hey,
that's only like a hour flight for me, so
it's like 2 hours for me or something.
You could potentially, if you think you're gonna win, you could potentially make your money back and more.
I still just go just because
first through third payout, and I'm gonna have medals for everyone too.
And
wait, when did you say it's supposed to be?
May 4th?
May 4th.
May the 4th.
Isn't that during one of the qualifiers?
No.
I'm bad with dates, so I don't know.
Qualifiers are only in the middle of the week. The 4th is a Saturday,
it's a Saturday.
Yeah, then the qualifiers the week after, like on the 8th.
Okay, all right. So then, yeah, we're good.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Get some practice in against some good people. There'll be good people down here.
The only thing we didn't talk about was Summit, but we can get in that next week as we lead up to Summit.
There's not really much to say.
Anyway.
Smash Summit just happened, which was fucking massive. It was massive.
It was huge.
Yeah. So big for the scene. I advise you go back and watch it to kind of prepare yourself as to what to look for in Mortal Kombat Summit. And I really want to see our players and our scene show up, show your personality. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy, because this is our moment when it comes to Mortal Kombat Summit of Time. I don't care at this point. You know, again, there is a lot of us are very opinionated as to who's there and all that fun stuff. But whoever is there, I hope that they put on a great show for our scene because it's massive. It's going to reach such a big audience, like we talked about with Warner Brothers. Reaching bigger audiences. This is our time to reach a bigger audience than we're used to, especially in FGC that's looking at us going, "Oh, it's just the NRS scene," you know. So this is big for us. I want to touch on that real quick. That's it. I watched some of the Smash Ultimate. It was incredible. It's done wonders for the people involved, and those people involved are going to use that to try to get more people to play the game. Hopefully, little things like that are going to be awesome. Right. I'm super excited. Do any of you guys have anything else to touch on?
No, just excited to see the next Kombat cast. Let's all pray to Apollo tonight and get a stress test code, and then
I'm hoping we see Devora gameplay. I want to see how she plays. Man.
I want to see Devora gameplay, actually.
Just waiting on Frost.
I just don't want to see Devora back 1 or back 2, whatever the hell the shoulder was, ever again.
The nooch.
Whatever move that was.
Have insane nooch. Auto nooch.
Lord Paulo right here. Lord
Paulo. I still have one of those somewhere. I don't know if it's in this wallet or not. I definitely still have one of those.
Apollo Buck?
I got plenty of those.
I don't know. Big D, you can actually look at this and see, but I don't know who has more than me. But I have a pretty thick stack.
Oh, I got you beat.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I lost my Paulo Buck.
I've got a nice thick stack of them right here.
Dude, I want Paulo Bucks. What is this?
That was from 2015, wasn't it?
This was 2015 Mortal Kombat X CEO.
Yeah, I think you got me beat.
I have a couple hundred, I think, right here. This might be the thickest stack of Paulo Bucks in our scene. Low
Dude,
key.
I miss Paulo. I'm not gonna lie. I miss seeing him come into the QA room and like talking shit to 16-bit about like stuff he did in the game, and like it's stuff that like they don't agree on, and he'll just like love every minute of it. I don't know if it's still like that, but like they have a great dynamic, those two.
I want to okay, so I'm not going to throw anything out there, but I really want to host a local and have these as the currency for side betting, and whoever has most of these at the end of the night like wins something. That's just a cool idea. That's a cool idea, isn't it? All right,
I'm gonna.
Let me stop giving out all these great ideas. Real quick.
I'm cooking.
Let's hope the game's balanced. Because it's just so funny when it like something isn't balanced and Paulo's at like Combo Breaker, for instance, and you just see everyone looking at Paulo while that character's on the screen. I'll never forget like Combo Breaker 2016 with Alien, and everyone's just like watching Alien on the screen and looking at Paulo.
God.
Yeah. Yep. That kind of stuff happens, guys. That's it for everything. And yeah, Arma did do something like that at his local where they were doing side bets with chips. That was really cool. It was a really cool idea. Just being interactive for everyone involved. You know, any tournament that can give the 0-2er a great time is a fucking ridiculous event.
Yeah.
If someone could go there and go 0-2 and say that it was worth every dollar that they spent, you've done a good job with your event. It's not easy to pull off. Let me tell you from a personal standpoint, having run a lot of events myself, put a lot of money involved. If I can't make the 0-2er feel like it was worth his money, you have failed as a tournament organizer. That's a tough reality to deal with. And I'm going on way too many rants tonight. I'm not sober enough for this shit. And we're gonna go ahead and call it right there for episode number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
Anyone else? Last thoughts? Anything?
No. I got nothing, man. Just thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll be seeing you 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Sounds phenomenal.
Play MK.
Specifically MK9.
Please hit us up for
MK9. There's only 4 of us that play. Please
follow LTH _ Big D on Twitch, and you will catch. Oh, and also myself. Wait, you're already here, but we actually do play MK9 against each other a lot. And it does get pretty savage.
Oh, it's so fun, dude. You can't tell me that we never have a good time.
It is a great time, but yeah, MK9 is a great time. MKX, all these streamers are having a great time. Good to see all these content creators. Go follow all of these guys putting in the work. Until 2 weeks from now for the next episode of the new Outworld Order. I can't wait to see what unfolds until then for us to talk about next time. If you guys have anything, please reach out to any of us. If you guys want to see us talk about a particular issue, a particular subject, a particular thing about the game, a particular event, please reach out. We're more than open to. Maybe not Romanova. She's kind of Hollywood. She's pretty hard to get a hold of. I mean, look how fucking late she was today, for God's sakes. Anyways.
Bro, I had to train with the kill save.
Wow.
Oh, that's Hollywood.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What? That's
He's my coach, you jerks.
That's crazy, dude.
Crazy how this was going on before that.
What? Nuh-uh. He's my coach.
Guys, I gotta go. I gotta go play
right.
casuals with Sonic Fox. All
right, let's go. Guys, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching the new Outworld Order. We'll see you in a couple weeks for the next episode. You guys take care.
Peace. Pleasure.